what rules are really rules or bullshit rules. Rules that hold you back from truly living your most extraordinary life. I often hear from people who say, education failed me. And the reason for that is because if you really look at what creates happy, successful life, it is not the stuff that schools are teaching us. Alan Watts said, no literate, inquisitive young man needs to go to college unless you're training to be a doctor or a teacher or anything that requires certification. He wrote that in 1972. It's even more true right now. Think about college, right? You take a group of 19, 20, and 21-year-olds and put them in a bubble for 4 years. And when they come out of that bubble, the world has changed. I mean, Peter Diamandis said between 2016 and 2022, we will see more change in the world than between 1900 and 2000. So what happens when you emerge from this bubble? Your knowledge is often no longer useless. Your degree doesn't matter. 15% of people at Google, according to Laszlo Block, the head of hiring, no longer have a college degree. There's not a pressure to be successful. Your family pushes you to be a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer. And if you're not any of that, you're a family embarrassment. We need to get good grades so I can graduate high school, so I can get into a good college. Need to study hard to get a good GPA, so maybe I can go to graduate school. So maybe I can do well in my LSAT, that becomes the next goal, get into law school, the next goal, graduate from law school, get into a partnership, become a lawyer. And that's how teenagers often think about their life, these series of like ticks that they have to go through. But here's what happens. Let's actually look at that. Let's look at lawyers. 50% of lawyers in America are clinically depressed. So why are kids going into these professions that they thought was a good goal at one point, only to find themselves absolutely miserable? These goals aren't coming from inside us. They're coming from the culturescape. And the culturescape is basically a safety net mechanism. You see, for the longest time in human history, we had to watch out for each other. There were wars, there were disease. Go back 1,000 years, there were wild animals that might kill you. So you had to follow certain rules of the culturescape to stay safe. Right. Among these were get a good education, so you are not stuck in a factory job, so that you can have a blue-collar job. It was get married, so if you're a woman, you have a man to provide for you. It was have 5 kids, because, you know, if you go back 50 years ago, infant mortality was so much higher. You had 5 kids, 2 were going to probably pass away. But the problem is, people continue with these same rules in today's world when everything has changed. And that's really why I'm so adamant about teaching people through my work, through my books, to question everything, to question your religion, to question your societal rules, to question the idea of a college degree. That's how I feel all of us should be living life, by questioning everything. And I don't mean being skeptical of everything. There's a difference. I mean healthy skepticism, ultimately questioning the rules of the culturescape so we can stay true to our own inner identity. So what I write about in my book is how to study the culturescape, the shared subjective realities we are living in, and identify what rules help you and what rules are really rules or bullshit rules. Rules that hold you back from truly living your most extraordinary life.